Hello and welcome to another episode of my cryptocurrency series, your guide to the Cryptoverse. Today I'm going to talk about the most anticipated game in the blockchain space, a AAA game in terms of quality and graphics, as well as a very sophisticated model for making money, the economic model, as well as the team spirit. So of course, I'm talking about Sidus Heroes, as you can see, and they're super popular right now. They're in huge demand. Everyone wants to have a bag of that. They're launching in a few days, the token and the IDO. And in January, they're going to have the official opening of the game, the launch as a, I guess, beta version. Now, first, we need to think about why is this game so popular and what is the problem with the current gaming and GameFi. So, of course, I talk a lot about different games in my videos, but I have to be honest, not all of them are doing well. And even if you look at the space right now in Metaverse or in the space for crypto gaming, some of them are not doing well anymore. And some of them, as you can see, are those that have been around for 6 months or more. And all the new ones are now going back down because there are a few problems right now. So the first one is some of them end up being actually scams or fraudulent schemes. And that's because maybe they just show you a demo or a picture, but they never actually release the game or they keep delaying it. The other reason is the team spirit. So a lot of games are encouraging people to buy the NFTs and do the player versus player and just fight and then level up. They don't have a team spirit to work as a group, to work as a team, to make sure you actually enjoy the game with other people and encourage collaboration to make money. They don't have a proper economic model. A lot of games try to follow what Axie Infinity does, for example, or copy paste a successful model rather than having their own original storyline or original gaming. And the other reason is in professional gaming outside of GameFi, game development, especially for AAA game, takes years, and only a few games every year are identified as top games. But what's happening right now, every few days, you see a new game coming in the cryptocurrency space with outdated technology. So these are some of the problems we have right now. And these are some things that Sidus Heroes is trying to resolve. So they have a game economy that's going and spanning for multi-year. They are thinking of people who want to play this game for at least 3 years of commitment. They want people who want to have that, entrepreneurial mindset. They want people to follow the economic model and take them to another world and be a part of the leisure economy. So you don't see that with many other games. And the quality of this game is really high. The storyline is really good. They have a very sophisticated economic model, which I'm going to cover now. And they have a lot of people behind it, which is what you need for a proper project for gaming. So I jump first into the gameplay as we have limited time, but lots of things to cover. So in terms of the gameplay, you can have different arenas. The main arena is where you can fight with other players and 3 players would face each other, sort of a player versus player, and you can have your pets to have them and fight with each other. The other part is the key economic is the heroes that join teams for completing quests, completing missions, and part of the battlefields. You have the heroes development, so you battle against each other, and once you finish the battle, you get upgrades and you can use them to acquire new talents and skills. You have pets, you have the universe, and the universe would have their own specific requirements. For example, to go to colonize planet, you go to use the orbital stations, you use scout starships to go to unexplored planets, you use the robo shuttle to go to the explored planets. So they have a lot of different ways to do it. And they have professions that you need to decide from the start. And that sort of decides your career path. I'm going to talk about this in more detail in the economic model section. But it's basically everything for everyone. If you are more action oriented in gaming, you could join the action and fighting style. If you're more strategic or RPG gamer, you join the RPG. If you're more of a scientist sort of person, they have scientist roles. If you're trying to just make money and have more assets, they also accommodate for that. But there is basically something for everyone. You have unique heroes, and each hero has their own unique talents, unique ammunition. You have different solar system and planets to fight. And there are a lot of different information. Basically, it's too much if you want to cover all of that. In terms of the tokenomics, you have two types of tokens. So you have the in-game token, which is the Senate, and the Senate is more the DAO token, so decentralized autonomous organization. The more you have, the more you can play a role in the political system of the game, because the game focuses a lot on the political economy as well and political governance system, just like real life. So the more DAO, the more political power, the more you can decide for the future of the game, and also for the land. So if you want to have land, you can also use the Senate DAO token. There's a total of 300 million of that token. Public sale is going to have 6 million, 2%, partner advisors 3%, 5% for liquidity, 5% was in the seed round, 8.5% was pre-public round, private round 11%, 9% reserve, and 21% for the team. The rest of it, which is 35%, is for the ecosystem. Then you have the gaming token, which is the Sidus token. That one is more. They've got around 30 billion tokens. And the price valuation is also, because of that, 100x cheaper. And ideal price, I think, $0.0018. It's going to be a project valuation initially of $769,000 for this token supply. This is the in-game token that you use to get rewards, to fight with others, and basically the basic economic for the game. The Sidus token is also the main chain for it right now, is going to be on Ethereum. So going through the tokenomics detail, now we can talk also about the in-game economy. So the in-game economy model is really sophisticated, and they are going ahead with 3 stages, and it's going to evolve in each stage. So in the stage 1, they have the player who's going to participate in the properties, stations, battles, and then the heroes that they have selected, they're going to battle in the arenas, 3 versus 3, and they have a season timer every season. At the beginning of the season, you start, and once you finish the season, you will show how much winning points you have, the limits that you have per day, although there's a maximum limit. And then you can accumulate all these points. It gives you a rating at the end of the season. You use that in a loot box. Now you collect that to either upgrade your gadgets, weapons, and armors to improve your hero's characteristic, or you can just go to the marketplace and, you know, sell it and get some money. Alternatively, if you have money, you can just go to the marketplace and make those upgrades. So that's the basic level 1. And then once they go higher, they're going to have more development in the second stage of this game. So in the second stage, the heroes can also be rented out on a smart contract. And also there's going to be a prototype model. There's going to be a tournament fee. So this is the second stage. The heroes need to pay a tournament fee, and it's more of an elimination type of tournament. So these are the additional aspects that happens in the second stage. You also can get exclusive content if you're a top position based on the resource construction production, and also based on the ranking you have in the battles. And then that allows you to get the exclusive content. Then it gets even more sophisticated and complicated. To the third stage, you have the shuttle payments for transport. So for the transport side of things, moving between different planets, that's going to happen. Flights between different planets, landing between different planets, battling in monsters with different planets. It's going to give you the basic resources for your heroes and improvement. There's going to be a limit again per day. You can go back to your station and the planet, and then the same thing again with the player. So that part is pretty similar to the previous stages. And then again, they have the marketplace to buy and sell. But as you can see, it's going to evolve. So initially, maybe it's more of heroes battling, and the season finishes, you get some points. Then later you can rent and have a more passive income for renting out your heroes. Then you have tournaments. And then when they have more planets, because they're going to have more planets every year, more land sale, more battles, I think 7-year plan, which I'm going to show later. That's going to come into it, the transport function as well. In terms of players property, you can have your own balance, you have your own assets tracked, and you will have inventory, which has your gears, your spaceship equipment, your resourcing, tools, licenses, upgrades, tokens, and then you have spaceship collections, you have the heroes collections, pets collection, land plots, and then the orbital stations. And all of these also can be accessed in the marketplace for renting and for upgrading, basically. And then you can rent and have income from other players accessing this if you want. They have a political system as well, which the political system, you can create a political party and then enter into the number of party members required, have your own council, and depending on the council, you have voting system. And that's where that Senate token becomes more important. So they have a very huge decision-making framework as well, just like real life. And you have people who can invest in you as the politician to drive their agenda. They have a lot of space objects. So they have the spaceship, and they've got the central station, they've got the shuttles, they've got different planets. If you go through this document, which I'm going to share, they have each different characteristic that you can see, and depending on what your choice is, you could participate. They have land distribution in the future and land distribution activity. They have the council decree, and you can join clans. They have territorial competitiveness, so you can join different territories. They have different resources in those territories that you can use it for mining or acquire land in auctions. They also have a rating system. So as I mentioned before, you have different careers you can choose. You can be more in hunting, you can be a scientist, you can be a gatherer, you can be a fighter, depending on the type of activity you want to do. So if you want a player versus player, like in arenas, you get more of a war type of ranking, like private sergeant. Spaceship, if you're participating in the spaceship part, you get different ranks. If you're a monster person, player versus environment, so fighting with the monsters, you can get different hunter rankings while you're hunting. If you're a resource collector as a profession, your ranking also starts like extractor to universal extractor. You have construction people like architects, you've got scientists, you've got manufacturers, you have clan wars for economic and competitiveness in the territories. So a lot of different ways to make money or to be a part of the game. Doesn't have to be a whale at the start, you know. If you understand the game, that's more important. And if you continually play it. They have a labor scheme. So interactions with labor market is very similar to real life. You select your hero, you select the type of activity you want to do, the type of location, and if you want to work with the landowner or you have your own land, and then you can work with different labors, and then you can make payments. They have transport for cargo shipment. They have resource mining limit. They have production. They have research. They have everything that you can think of in real life, basically. The same thing. They have the economic model for the orbital stations and also the professions that I was mentioning. So you can start by choosing your profession. You could be a biologist. You could be, if you're capturing fish, you can be a miner, you can be a woodcutter, geologist, hunter, builder. These are more resource type of people. Then you've got spaceship, people who are pilots or scouts, navigation officers, mechanical engineers, just to run the spaceship for the transport side. We've got the production type of people like carpenters, gunsmiths, foundrymen, engineers, gem cutters, chefs, and you've got the people in the political system. And each of these have their own economy. See, this one is, for example, for manufacturing. They have enhancement for heroes and items. They have commission to be distributed. So some processes involve paying commission, and redistribution is very transparent here. As you can see, there's a lot of documentation on just how economic model is going to work. And the next part I'm going to cover is the roadmap. So they're going to have phase 1, called Innerverse, this month, Q4. So the game demo, the scenario of plots, the marketplace is going to happen January 10th 2022, they're going to launch the beta version for only a specific group of people, only for people who have the main NFT heroes from the Genesis auction. On the 23rd, it will be a wider one. So it will be also people who hold the NFTs from the Academy collection. The sale for Academy collection also starts from a few days from now, once the token is launched. And the support for that would be on OpenSea. And then they're going to have the farming for the NFT Heroes card and the MetaMask wallet collection, basically. In terms of the launch for version 1 in Q4, they're going to have the tournaments to determine ratings and top rewards. In phase 1, they're going to then go to Q2 to launch the expansion of universe, add asteroids, the star systems, and fighters, and the reputation system. That's the version 2. In phase 2, they're going to have Metaverse. So that's sort of towards the end of next year. They're going to have the ship equipment. They're going to have the central stations. They're going to have the farming mechanism. They're going to have 11 languages localization, so people from different countries can play and enjoy. In 2023, they're going to have the co-op version for player versus environment. They're going to have neutral planets, so additional planets are going to launch, and friend list. So as you can see, there's a lot of plan every year. If you go to 2024, then they're going to move to the outerverse, the expansion of universe, more galaxies, more land offering, more undiscovered planets. And as that goes, there's going to be more equipments required, more sophisticated ships, more sophisticated environmental tools, so you can travel longer distance. And then you have clans, you have ownership of different planets. All the way, you see it goes to 2025. And like you can see towards the end, you can create sci-fi writer competition, development of a movie plot. This is interesting. So I think there's going to be a movie, and creation of an event system. So there's a whole storyline behind that as well. That's going to happen in the future. In terms of their NFTs, because that's the next topic, they've got 2 types of NFTs. So they have these NFT heroes, which are the original NFTs. And they actually were much cheaper. I think the price is 10x from the price it used to be. I think it was 0.008 or something, and now it's almost 1 Ethereum. And that's because the NFT Academy is different from the NFT Heroes. This is the founding original ones. So original ones have the advantage of giving you rewards if you stake the Genesis NFTs, these ones, and also hold either NFT star tokens or Spaceswap Milk tokens, which is the partner with this project. You're gonna get royalties, and these royalties are in Ethereum. There's gonna be a snapshot taken every month. And also, once the game is launched, as I showed you, 10th of January, the group holding this would have more access to the beta before the access comes into the Hero Academy people. So the Hero Academy, they're going to have access to this game as well, but later on, 2 weeks later. And for them, that's going to be a launch for Academy Hero items or NFTs in the next few days. There's not a huge difference in terms of gameplay. So they also have the access to play the game, participate in all of the items I mentioned above. But I guess that passive income that you stake these NFTs, plus you have to hold a few tokens to get that commissions every month or royalties. That's not possible with the NFT Academy. But to play the game, buy the NFT Academy, which probably is cheaper than these NFTs, and you're good to go. So that's pretty much the difference. But if you want to have that passive income, maybe you should consider buying one of these. People who bought this 2 months ago are probably very happy people right now. Now, I would like to talk about the team behind this project as well. The team behind it is actually people who have a lot of experience in this space. So they have Dan, and Dan has a lot of experience in blockchain. He has been the CEO of the NFT Stars. He has been the CEO working in the Spaceswap as well. So Spaceswap project, NFT Stars project. So this is the NFT Stars, which is the NFT sort of marketplace project with different NFTs, and Spaceswap, which is a farming and DEX basically, and they have different tools as well. Like they had a lot of competitions a few months ago. I was part of those that you did the quest challenges and you get free tokens for them. So they basically got those as well, the shake tokens. And I think it's now 50 cents. But yeah, so he's the CEO of these projects. He's been around a lot of blockchain projects, and also he's from Melbourne Uni, which I went to, so something to be proud of for me, I guess, from the same city. But yeah, he has a lot of experience in the blockchain space. He has a lot of people from different countries and investors working with him. So he's consulted over 500 projects. A lot of them are top 200 projects in the coin market cap. The co-founder is someone who has experience in design. He has people who are part of other projects. For example, they also have people who are in Cheeses, and Cheeses, I covered a video about them as well. They have a lot of top gun developers basically who are working in this project, who are working with NFT Stars, who are working with Sidus Heroes as well. There are a few people, I think, from Envelope team as well, which I covered the video. So all these people, they have experience in many projects before, 30 projects, for example, for Anthony, and he's more in a strategic side. Again, worked with 500 venture capitalists, another Anthony. They have people who has a lot of experience in game development. So they've brought in people who have blockchain experience, gaming experience, and finance experience from top areas of the industry. This is really impressive. You probably cannot find such an impressive resume in most gaming projects. And of course, Spaceswap, NFT Stars being their key partners. Now, in terms of the partners, they actually partnered up with a lot of big people like Pantera, like Hashkey. They've partnered up with Alameda. They partnered up with top influencers, top calls, and also a lot of other projects like Bloktopia, like Network, like Master Ventures projects. So you name it, they basically covered it. And that's very obvious reason why, because if you just open the demo for this game, you can see how cool it is. Like I haven't seen such a cool demo for other games right now, but the thing is they might be coming soon. It's just that they give you the demo as a picture, but you cannot, play it. But here at least you can have a demo to play with. You can easily choose your characters right now. You can easily participate and see that how it's gonna look like in terms of quality. I that's why I get more trust when I see there's a demo already, there's something working and there's something evolving, and you can see the version here keeps upgrading. So that's also the part of the demo and gameplay that I checked before I, do a video. You can even start fighting with other players. Now I'm not gonna start fighting, but I was just gonna show you that how this is gonna work. So yeah. Just you can do a demo play if you want. I'll put a demo website and you can see how you can fight with other players. Not enough time for that in this video, but that's about how it is. In terms of the social media, they've got huge followers. So for a game, 250,000 people are following them right now on Twitter, and 180,000 people, 120,000 people on Telegram. Really, really active. Unfortunately, a lot of people also are trying to scam them. But it is what it is, right? What can we do? Now you can see all the updates as well, how they've got so many games and projects partners. The last part I'm trying to cover is going to be the launchpads. So the launchpads they're gonna have is gonna be on Bloktopia, Blockpad. Bloktopia being a huge project, you know that. Paid Ignition by Master Ventures, Trustpad, Spaceswap, which is their own sort of partner project, Red Kite, GameFi, and CDFi. And the IDO is going to be on the 15th of December The project is going to be on Ethereum and layer 2. So Polygon and Ethereum are going to be the key chains. And Ethereum obviously being the native chain because it's the most trusted network, even though high gas fee. Once you participate in the IDO and TG shortly after that, you can start participating in the demo, as I mentioned, on the 10th of January for the closer loop of people who have that original NFTs. And then for Academy NFT, the sale happening soon. And then they can access the other beta on the 23rd of January, 2022. So this is the timeline. In terms of market sentiment, I understand the market is not doing amazingly well. It keeps bumping up and down. Ethereum falling below 4K. Gas fee being pretty cheap, which is the right side, I guess, to look at it. And, you know, tokens are going down. But the thing is, this is a game that's AAA. Just like how Star Atlas did well, just like how Axie Infinity did well, they will do really well. There's a lot of hype. Even on the day, if the market is going down, this project is going to do well. And remember, this is a project with 7-year plan, with prediction of players who are committed to the game, not people who just want to trade the tokens, to play this game for around 3 years. So this is a long ride game. This is not something you're going to invest for a few days or a few months and just try to flip. It's not like a lot of the other games. So I would say it's right now the best game you can have and has the best market sentiment. No issue on that, depends. So if you want to invest in a project right now, and if you have the chance to get this token, especially when it's cheaper, because I think it's going to pump a lot, you definitely should do it. Like, you shouldn't even think twice about it, even though I don't want to give you financial advice because I'm not a certified advisor and I rather not give you the advice. It's your own research. I still do think this is the best project you can invest in for the GameFi and also Metaverse. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like, please subscribe. Let me know what you think about all the information I provided to you. There's a lot of things in this game I couldn't cover, but I tried to cover you the most unique selling points, why it's a hyped up project, what's good about it, the fundamentals, as well as the fundamentals for this project. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.